Hi everybody, welcome to Treasure Time. When we read together, it's a time that we treasure. And do you know that you are all treasures too? And I'm going to sing the treasure song. I hope that you can sing with me. You are a treasure, you are a gem, you are a special sparkle of life. You shine in your glory, you tell your own story. You are precious, you are unique. And now let's sing it saying I, because we are all different and we are all treasures. I am a treasure, I am a gem, I am a special sparkle of life. I shine in my glory, I tell my own story. I am precious, I am unique. Thank you for singing with me. This is the time of year when vacation is over and we all go back to school. And I'm going to read you some books today about going back to school, maybe how it feels. And this book is called Catching the Sun by Colleen M. Paratore, illustrated by Peter Catalinado. And this book is about a boy whose mother is having a baby, and it's the end of summer vacation, and they're going to get up on the last day to have some time together and see the sunrise. The baby will be coming soon, but this morning it's just me and Mom. Dylan, she whispers, and I jump up. We're going to catch the sun. Dad is still honk snoring away. Huck's in dog dreamland. His fur tickles as we sneak by. Happy birthday, Mom says. Thanks, I yawn, and Mom yawns back. Outside it's dark and quiet. 2 stars in the sky. Yesterday's sand crunches cold on my sneakers, but Mom's hand is warm. We walk to the beach, free as fish, no towels or toys to carry. I look over Mom's mountain belly and see the side of her smile. Today is our last day on Cape Cod, my best week of the year. Donuts and ice cream, riding the waves, biking to Clancy's for candy. Mom likes the chowder and saltwater taffy, but her best thing is catching the sun. We do it every summer, just me and Mom. Next year, we'll have to bring the baby. Mom says the sun always rises, but you can't always catch it. Sometimes it's cloudy, or you start watching a bird or a boat and you miss that first tiny blink of light. After that, the sun gets too big and it would hurt your eyes to look. Thursday was foggy. Yesterday we slept too late. Today is our best chance. Close to the water, Mom stops to smell the beach roses. I always try to pick her some, but the thorns are sharp. I see clouds moving in. Hurry, Mom. At the beach stairs, the wind whooshes. The sky is purple now. The ocean is breathing like a giant. Ah, shh. Ah, shh. We sit on the stairs. I lean on Mom's arm. Watch the horizon, she says. When I was born, Mom wrote me a song called Dylan from the Sea. That's what my name means, from the sea. When I was a baby, Mom rocked me to sleep singing that song. When I was little, we bounced these waves singing my song together. Now I'm big, and soon Mom will have a new baby to write a song for. The clouds are growing. Where is the sun? When will it come, Mom? When it's ready. So we wait, me and Mom and the sea. A fish family skips across the waves. Seagulls land, caw, caw, hunting up crabs for breakfast. Mom points to the sky. Look, I count the birds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How did they know that's your number today? Mom laughs, and I laugh too. So it's his birthday, and he must be 5 years old. Now the sky is turning orange, like the start of a rainbow, I say. Mom hugs her mountain belly and smiles, probably thinking of the baby again. I kick the railing hard. Mom looks at me, then out to sea. I remember the day your dad and I sat here with a big book of baby names. When I read Dylan, I said, that's the one, my baby from the sea. And it looks like he's feeling a little sad. Sometimes it makes you a little sad when you're going to have a new sibling, because then you won't be the only one. But it's special having a baby too. The sky is pink, the sun is coming, more clouds are coming too. Hurry, son, hurry. I want to jump or shout or something, but we sit waiting. The sea breathes louder. Ah, shh, ah, shh. When it comes, look quickly, Mom says, then close your eyes. I stare at the horizon. Nothing. For a long time, nothing. Then, like a birthday, without a sound, it comes. A flash, a wink, a baby sun. I shut my eyes. My heart is beating fast. Circles swirl in the dark in my head. Then it clears and I see it. I caught it, Mom. I caught the sun. Mom laughs. I knew you would. I want to hug her, but I'm afraid if I move, I'll lose the light. Then, before I'm ready, it's gone. I lost it. I feel like crying. Dylan. Mom takes my face in her hands. When you catch the sun with someone you love, it's a magic you never lose. Close your eyes and remember, It's all still there. Later, crossing the bridge home, I wave goodbye to the waves. We'll be back next year, and it will be fun, but it won't ever be the same. I start to feel bad, like I'm losing something. Then my mom turns around and looks at me. She closes her eyes. She starts to smile. I close my eyes too, and there we are, just me and Mom catching the sun on my birthday. And that's the story of a boy at the end of vacation whose mother's going to have a baby, and that's going to be different because there's going to be someone else in the house. And they get up together and they catch the sun. This is a book called Dreamers, and this book is about people who come to this country for the first time and how it seems to them. This book has beautiful illustrations. It's by Yuyi Morales, and I believe she illustrated it too. I dreamed of you, then you appeared. Together, we became resplendent life, you and I. One day, we bundled gifts in our backpack and crossed a bridge outstretched like the universe. And when we made it to the other side, thirsty, in awe, unable to go back, we became immigrants. Migrantes, you and I, the sky and the land welcomed us in words unlike those of our ancestors. There were so many things we didn't know, unable to understand, afraid to speak. We made lots of mistakes. You and I became caminantes. Thousands and thousands of steps we took around this land until the day we found a place we had never seen before, suspicious, improbable. What is that? Unbelievable, surprising, unimaginable. Where we didn't need to speak, we only needed to trust, and we did. I think it's a library. Books became our language. Books became our home. Books became our lives. We learned to read, to speak, to write, and to make our voices heard. Someday, we will become something we haven't even yet imagined. But right now, We are stories. We are two languages. We are Luca. We are resilience. We are hope. We are dreamers, sonadores of the world. We are love, amor, love. And this is written by someone who came from a country in South America, Trinidad Juarez, Mexico, and came to this country. And they found books. This is kind of a silly book, and it's about the gingerbread man. We baked a gingerbread man last March, and this book is called The Gingerbread Man, Loose in the School by Laura Murray, illustrated by Mike Lowry. And this is kind of like a comic book, this book. I began in a bowl. I was not myself, just a list of ingredients pulled from the shelf, chosen by children who measured and mixed my smooth, spicy batter while sneaking quick licks. A sprinkle of ginger, some cinnamon too, molasses, soft butter, and eggs are my glue. Then in their classroom the children began to roll me and mold me to look like a man. They added some sweets to make me complete, and I baked on a pan in the warm oven heat. And from the oven, someone says, "It's pretty toasty in here." I heard a small ding, and they pulled out the pan. Finally, I thought, I'm a gingerbread man. The teacher called recess. The class jumped in line. They raced out the door and they left me behind. I popped off the pan yelling, "Please take me too. I want to be part of the class, just like you. I'll run, and I'll run as fast as I can. I can catch them. I'm their gingerbread man." Bouncing and bounding my way down the hall, I rounded a corner and spotted a ball. It rolled up so fast I had no time to hide. Then, flat as a pancake, I stuck to its side. The coach picked it up and I started to bounce. "There's somebody down here," I had to announce. "Who's that?" "Well, let's have a looky." He jumped when he saw me. "Good grief, it's a cookie." "I'm the gingerbread man, and I'm trying to find the children who made me but left me behind. Your class passed the gym a few minutes ago. Run fast and you'll catch them. Oh no, where's your toe?" "My toe, it came off. What should I do?" "Go straight down the hall and our nurse can help you." I'll limp and I'll limp as fast as I can. I can catch them. I'm their gingerbread man. I picked up my toe, then into a room that was tidy and small. The nurse came right over. She squatted down low. I pointed and showed her my broken off toe. "You're quite a tough cookie. We'll fix you like new." I grinned and said, "Thanks, I'm a smart cookie too." "You certainly are if you found your way here. And what a brave face, not one single tear. She fixed up my toe with a small dab of glue, then reached for a bandage and stuck that on too. I'm the gingerbread man, and I'm trying to find the children who made me but left me behind. Your class turned the corner just minutes ago. Try asking the art teacher, maybe he'll know. He's right down the stairs. You can take a quick ride. Just hop on the handrail. It makes a great slide. I'll slide and I'll slide as fast as I can. I can catch them. I'm their gingerbread man. With spectacular speed, I slid to the floor and bounded right in through a large wooden door. I leapt for a table, but landed inside a brown paper bag with its top open wide. I plopped on a sandwich and chips with a crunch. Oh no, I cried out. I'm in somebody's lunch. I tried to climb up, but I spied two big eyes. They peered in the bag with a look of surprise. I'm the art teacher, he said with a grin. This is my lunch bag. So glad you dropped in. I'm the gingerbread man, and I'm trying to find the children who made me but left me behind. Your class passed the art room just a few minutes ago. You might ask the principal, maybe she'll know. I left from the table, I waved and said, thanks for not taking a bite of my head. I'll skip and I'll skip as fast as I can. I can catch them. I'm their gingerbread man. I passed through an office, slipped under a door, and discovered a room I had yet to explore. I jumped on a desk, then leapt to a chair. It started to spin, and I twirled through the air. Despite feeling dizzy, I jumped up for more, but froze when I saw someone peek in the door. I'm Principal Peacock, she said, stepping in. This is my chair you just took for a spin. I'm the gingerbread man, and I'm trying to find the children who made me but left me behind. The children you mentioned just left you to cool. They're hanging these posters of you through the school. Missing. And there on the wall was a drawing of me, missing from room 23. If found, please return him as soon as you can. We think he's lost. He's our gingerbread man. I jumped in her hand. Can you show me the way? We rushed to my classroom to shouts of hooray. The class said, we missed you. We want you to stay and be our new friend. Please don't run away. We made you a gingerbread desk and a chair and a house all your own. It's cozy in there. You're part of our class now. You're where you belong. Next time we go out, we will take you along. I felt right at home. I liked my new place. I looked out the window, a smile on my face. I ran and I ran as fast as I could. I finally found them. I knew that I would. And that is a very fun story of the Gingerbread Man. And there are lots of gingerbread stories. This last book was a read for the record book with Jumpstart a couple of years ago. And it's just a really nice book about a lady who makes a delicious stew, and she shares it so much that she has none left for supper. But something good and unexpected and magical happens. This book is called Thank You, Omu by Og Mora. On the corner of First Street and Long Street, on the very top floor, Omu was cooking a thick red stew in a big fat pot for a nice evening meal. She seasoned and stirred and took a small taste. "What a delicious stew," Omu said. "Tonight's dinner will surely be the best I have ever had." With that, Omu put down her spoon and went to read a book before supper. As the thick red stew simmered on the stove, its scrumptious scent wafted out of the window, out the door, and down the hall toward the street, around the block, until knock! Someone was at the door. When Omu opened it, she saw a little boy. "Little boy," Omu exclaimed, "what brings you to my home?" "I was playing with my race car down the hall when I smelled the most delicious smell," the little boy replied. "What is it?" "Thick red stew." Stew," he sighed. "That sounds yummy." Omu thought for a moment. She was saving her stew for dinner, but she had made quite a bit. It would not hurt to share. "Would you like some?" The little boy nodded. And so Omu spooned out some thick red stew from a big fat pot for her nice evening meal. "Thank you, Omu," the little boy said, and went on his way. With that, Omu closed the door and went back to her book. As she read, her thick red stew's scrumptious scent wafted out the window, out the door, down the hall, toward the street, and around the block until, knock, knock, someone was at the door. When Omu opened the door, this time she saw a police officer. "Miss Police Officer," Omu exclaimed, "what brings you to my home?" "I was on duty down the street when I smelled the most delicious smell," Miss Police Officer replied. "What is it?" "Thick red stew." "Ah, stew," she said, and her mouth watered. "That sounds mighty tasty." Omu thought for a moment. There was still enough to share. "Would you like some?" The police officer nodded. Once again, Omu spooned out some thick red stew from the big fat pot for her nice evening meal. "Thank you, Omu," the officer said, and went on her way. And so for the second time, Omu closed the door and went back to her book. Sure enough, as she read, her thick red stew's scrumptious scent wafted out the window and out the door, down the hall, toward the street, around the block, until again someone was at Omu's door. This time when she opened it, she saw a hot dog vendor. "Mr. Hot Dog Vendor," Omu exclaimed, "what brings you to my home?" "I was selling my hot dogs down the block when I smelled the most delicious smell," Mr. Hot Dog Vendor replied. "What is it?" "Thick red stew." The vendor licked his lips. "That sounds quite delectable." So Omu opened and spooned out some thick red stew from the big fat pot for her nice evening meal. "Thank you, Omu," the hot dog vendor said, and went on his way. Throughout the day, people from all across the neighborhood knocked on Omu's door. She fed a shop owner, a cab driver, a doctor, an actor, a lawyer, a dancer, a baker, an artist, a singer, an athlete, a bus driver, a construction worker. Even the mayor stopped by, and each time they knocked, Omu shared. Soon the sky darkened, the streetlights brightened, and it was finally time for dinner. But when Omu opened her big fat pot of thick red stew for her nice evening meal, it was empty. Omu sniffled. "There goes the best dinner I ever had." Sorry and blue, she sat at the table with her empty pot until knock, 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 knock. Who could that be, Omu wondered. When she opened the door, she saw the little boy, the police officer, the hot dog vendor, the shop owner, the cab driver, the doctor, the actor, the lawyer, the dancer, the baker. Why, everyone she fed today was at her door. "I'm sorry, everyone," Omu sighed. "My thick red stew is all gone. I have nothing left to share." The little boy tugged at Omu's sleeve. "Don't worry, Omu. We are not here to ask. We are here to give." The police officer carried in a fresh salad. The mayor entered with a roast chicken. The butcher brought a collection of sweet goodies. Even the little boy presented Omu with something special in a shiny red envelope. Everyone who had knocked on Omu's door that day squeezed inside her tiny apartment, and together they all danced and celebrated. While Omu's big fat pot of thick red stew was empty, her heart was full of happiness and love. Thank you, Omu. That dinner was the best she ever had. So sometimes when you share, someone brings you a present too. And that book is about sharing and Omu and the wonderful stew. And all of these books are about different kinds of people, and they're not all about school, but there is probably something in these books that has happened to people who are at school, kids who are at school with you. And I hope that this year at school is your very best year so far.